Would you be surprised if I told you that almost all job interviews will have at least one behavioral question regarding or revolving around feedback? Welcome to video number 11 in our 20-part video series focused in on Q&A, specifically Q&A with AI feedback. For the purpose of all these videos, same exact setup. We're going to focus in on a specific question, focused in on a specific role at a specific company. We're going to just cruise through that job description. I'm going to share my overall approach to how to answer these types of questions. Then I'm going to provide what I think is a really good answer. On the back end, I'm going to run it through my practiceinterviews.com AI tool, and then we'll see how we can make a good answer. Great. Same purpose of all these videos. Watch and look for the foundational items. How are we structuring the answers? How are we organizing the information within that structure? And then what is our level of detail? The role and company are less important than looking for those critical details. Thank you so much for being here. Let's dive in. This behavioral question: describe a situation where you had to adapt or modify your analysis approach based on feedback. So we're going to tackle a financial analyst role at Tesla. With all these videos, I'm not going to read through the job description, but I'm going to scroll through a little bit on the slow side of things so that if you do want to pause or you'd be interested in this type of role, it's just here for you to review and see, specifically at Tesla, what they look for. Okay, with the STAR method, what I want to do is I'm just going to pause here for a second. This is our overview slide. I'm not going to talk through everything, but always following a method when you're answering any type of question, whether it's behavioral or hypothetical, is going to be really important. So if you want to pause the video to see how I break down what my ideal answer looks like, please do that. But we're going to dive right into the question, provide that good answer, and get that feedback. So again, just for flow, our question: describe a situation where you had to adapt or modify your analysis approach based on feedback. Okay, I was a financial analyst at a mid-sized technology firm specializing in cloud computing solutions. The company, Cloud Tech Innovations, faced significant challenges in optimizing operational costs while expanding its service offerings. The finance team was tasked with identifying inefficiencies and proposing cost-saving measures without compromising service quality. We had to access a vast array of data from various departments. We utilized several analytical tools and collaborated closely with department heads and IT staff to ensure our analysis were correct and actionable. And my responsibility was to analyze the company's cloud infrastructure costs specifically and propose optimizations. The timeline to complete this task was set for 3 months from initial research to presenting actionable insights to the senior management team. I began with the initial research phase, focusing in on gathering historical data on cloud service usage and costs. This was done by exporting usage reports from cloud service providers, interviewing IT department staff to understand usage patterns, and using analytical software to aggregate and visualize the data. Then my initial planning approach was to identify cost drivers and areas with the highest spending. So I achieved this by mapping out data flows, establishing cost centers, and employing cost allocation methods to accurately attribute expenses to specific services and projects. Then I initiated conversations with those department heads to gain insights into their specific usage of cloud services. These discussions were structured around understanding their needs, the flexibility of service usage, and potential areas for cost optimization without hindering any of our operational capabilities. The testing phase involved creating various cost optimization models. So each model was tested against historical data to estimate savings and impact on service delivery. This iterative process involved tweaking assumptions, cost, and usage parameters to refine each model's accuracy. The execution phases included implementing the most promising cost optimization strategies in a controlled environment. This involved close collaboration with the IT department to adjust cloud service configurations, negotiating better rates with providers, and implementing monitoring tools for ongoing cost management. The results. The initiatives implemented as a result of this analysis led to a 20% reduction in cloud infrastructure costs within the first year, significantly impacting the company's bottom line. Okay, really good answer, really thorough, covered a lot of critical data points in there. So let's look at the answer feedback. So nothing in the beginning. So like the beginning, let's go to actions. When describing the execution phase, include how feedback was incorporated. Okay, absolutely. This is a question about feedback. So we definitely need to talk about how it was incorporated, and we can talk about that really briefly and concisely. Okay, incorporate program launch, presentation, and documentation activities if applicable. Yeah, we kind of talked about the execution phase, but we didn't roll and close it out. Oftentimes when we end a significant accomplishment, we are presenting, we're launching, we're documenting, etc. So that's really helpful. One key element in the results missing was how you adjusted your analysis approach based on feedback, which was a key element of the original question. Consider adding how the plans were adjusted following stakeholder feedback. Yeah, and I would just say overall, did I really 100% address the feedback item in this answer? And I think if we're talking about it and looking at it realistically, I think there were a couple of missing pieces there that could have made the answer even better. So again, coming back to our trusty little overview slide, the feedback really liked the situation and task. I think we did a good job there. In the actions, you can definitely see I missed detailing the launch, presentation, and documentation. Those were not even mentioned. And then basically coming back to answering the question, the key results that answer the question, that could have been a little bit more feedback driven. So this is all a lead up to my global paid launch on February 26th of my AI tool. So a couple things you can do. You can sign up as an early adopter at practiceinterviews.com. What that will allow you to do is guarantee you get a discount when we go to our paid version. Secondarily, we are allowing users onto the platform early to test it for free and potentially give us feedback as well. I really hope this video helps.